So tuning. Now obviously tuning is really important because guitars tend to be a bit temperamental like that. They go out of tune very easily, even good ones. Even the change in temperature as the day goes by will put it out of tune a little bit. So it's a good idea to try and get used to it and get good at it as quickly as you can. So I'm just going to talk about a couple of different ways of doing that. Now you need a starting point. You need to sort of have a baseline pitch of your first or your sixth string to tune the rest of them off. So I'll just, so this is already in tune, so I'll just give you that now a couple of times so you can match up to it. Okay, so now that you have that, so you can just, whenever you need that baseline frequency, you can just come back to this video for now. There's plenty of other places you can get it as well. So the first method is to use the 5th fret. So what we want to do is make the next string sound exactly the same as the 5th fret, as the upper string held down on the 5th fret. So that's what we're looking for. So I'll just put it out of tune for now. Okay, so you can hear that you've got a certain pitch and then another one below it. Now, one rule of thumb for tuning is never tune it unless you can hear the string, okay? So, don't just sort of blind tune it because, you don't know where you're going then. So whenever you're tuning, you should always hear where it's actually going. Okay, so while that's ringing out, I'm still going to hold these two together, just on the 5th fret. And then bring my arm around, bring it up, then check it again. So pretty close now. Okay. And that's it. So these two are in tune now. Okay, so next one, you do the exact same process. 5th fret, same again. So now we're on the 4th string, the D string, tuning the G string to the 5th fret. Now the only exception is when you get down to the 3rd string, down here, you're moving down to the 4th fret and you're matching the 2nd string to that. Okay? And then for the last one, it's the same as usual, 5th fret. So it's a little bit below. Okay. And then just, kind of test it out by strumming a chord, just make sure it sounds okay. So just a couple of issues with that way of doing it. There's nothing wrong with it, it's fine, it'll do the job, but there's a little bit of variation in how hard you hold down the string on the 5th fret. So if you listen carefully, here's one. If I press it down harder, it goes up a little bit. Now I'm exaggerating it there, but there is still that little bit of variation there, so you want to get rid of that variable altogether. So the next way of doing it, and this is the way I like to do it without a tuner, is to use harmonics, right? So harmonics, you get a harmonic by, instead of holding it down behind the fret, like that, like a normal note, you go directly over the fret, and instead of holding it down, just touch it, just make contact with it, and you'll get a much higher note. Okay? So all you want to do is go directly above the fret and just make contact with the string. So doing it this way, what we're going to do is we're going to match the 5th fret harmonic on one string to the 7th fret harmonic on the other one, right? So I'm just going to put this out of tune again, right? So we've got this. Listen to that again. 5th fret on one string, 7th fret on the other one. Now you might be able to hear a bit of a wobble as well. Whenever you have two pitches, two notes that are similar but not quite the same, you get this kind of wobbly effect. And the closer they get in pitch, the slower that wobble will get. So we'll see if we can hear that now. So. Not sure how well that's going to come out, but there is a slight wobble. You can even feel it as you're moving the machine head. And the slower that wobble gets, the closer they are, and by the time they're in tune together, there shouldn't be any. They should be just kind of ringing in unison with each other. Okay, so like the other one, same. The next string is the exact same process. So you're going 5th fret, 7th fret. Okay, no wobble there, so they're both in tune. Same again. 5th fret on the 4th string, 7th fret on the 3rd string. Okay. Then, because this one is tuned differently, remember we went back to the 4th fret for this one. So this method, that doesn't work there, because this is in tune, but this is giving us 2 different notes. So what we can do there is we can use the 7th fret on the 6th string, that harmonic, to match it up with this one. So when you're tuning the B string, the 2nd string, you use the 7th fret harmonic on the 6th string. Okay, and then for this one, last one, just use the 5th fret harmonic. And match those up together like that. Okay, so just to recap on that, it's 5th fret, 7th fret, same again, then 7th fret on the 6th string to get that 2nd string, and then 5th fret on the 6th string to get your 1st string. And you match them up like that. Okay, so I find that method to be a little bit more accurate because you're not holding it down, you're not varying the pitch at all. As well as that, you don't have to, your left hand doesn't have to stay here because they're harmonics and they ring out regardless of whether you're holding them. You don't have to kind of hold it and then bring, go back and forward like that, so it's a bit physically more convenient as well. So then, last way of doing it, obviously, is with the tuner. So I'm just going to bring this in here. That's going to stay. Okay. Now, just keep in mind that left and right are going to be reversed in this, so just, just something to note. So, easy enough idea. As we go down, it follows it. And just keep it ringing out. Don't hit it too hard. And as well, when you're using an electronic tuner, make sure only one string is ringing out. Don't let that happen, because then you're obviously just going to send it mixed signals and it'll get confused. So, let's go up with this. And just all you need to know is what note you're tuning to. Almost. It can be a little on the temperamental side sometimes. Okay, that'll do. So make sure that only one string is playing at the same time. And another rule of thumb when it comes to tuning is never tune down to a note. You want to always tune up. So for example, if you're too high, just exaggerate that a bit more. So we're going way too high there. You never go down, only go down to the note. Always go down past where you're going and then go back up to it. So you'll always want to be going up to wherever you're going. If you're too high, you want to come down below your note, then get up to it. And the reason for that is because it just, on the hardware here, it just kind of leaves a little bit of slack there. So that'll, if you just bring it down, then it might go out of tune later on. It just kind of leaves you more open to getting out of tune. So those are the 3 ways of doing it. You've got your frets: 5th fret, 5th fret, 5th fret, 4th fret, then 5th fret again. Then you've got your harmonics, which I think is better. So 5 to 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 7th fret on the 6th string to match up to the 2nd, and then 5th fret on the 6th string to match up to the 1st. But generally with this kind of thing, if you have a tuner, definitely use it. It just takes more of the human error out of it, and you want to be, when it comes to tuning, you want to be as accurate as possible. So I'd say maybe the 5th fret technique to start off, because the harmonics are a little bit more delicate, but as soon as you get comfortable with harmonics, I'd definitely switch over to that one, and definitely get a tuner as well. and just do it every day. And it does get a lot less fiddly and frustrating very quickly. So keep practicing.